Hello listeners and viewers. Welcome to Kaduna State Ministry of Education Radio and TV e-learning program designed for our SS3 and other students staying at home due to the coronavirus pandemic. The present administration, under the able leadership of His Excellency, Malam Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, is positioned as always to ensure that under his leadership, our students are not left behind in all areas of human endeavors, especially education. Kaduna State is the center of learning. Therefore, we want to ensure that our students excel in their forthcoming examinations and beyond. Students and other learners at home are given this opportunity in order to continue learning, as education is a continuous process. Different subjects will be taught in this program to assist students to perform excellently in the forthcoming Senior School Certificate examination being conducted by NECO and WAEC as soon as schools reopen. Teachers making presentations will always provide their names and phone numbers during each presentation, and they can be contacted for questions, further explanations, and/or clarifications. The following numbers and contacts can also be reached for expression of any concern or observation: 090-865-00545 or 080-383-62072. Our website is www.education.kdsg.gov.ng. Our email education@kdsg.gov.ng or education.kdsg@gmail.com. Our YouTube channel, Ministry of Education, Kaduna State. Our Twitter handle @Kaduna_MOE. Or our Facebook page, Ministry of Education, Kaduna State. Stay safe, stay at home, and learn well. Thank you, happy listening, and happy viewing.
Hi learners, it's beautiful having you on this very platform of e-learning once again, and we are going to be considering the subject computer studies, and our bone of contention, that's the topic for today, would be the basic programming language. We'll be considering the basic programming language. Before I go further, in our previous classes, I remember we spoke on programming languages, and we're able to see a lot of examples of programming languages. We saw them in their names or in their numbers. We had ones that were older, or would I say they started a very long time they were used, and those that are currently being used. Today we'll be considering basic programming language, even though it's not so much in use, but it's important for you to understand this as a platform to enable you access and do other programming languages. And by the end of the class, we hope to achieve the following. First of all, we'll be able to explain the meaning of the word basic. Secondly, list the characters, keywords, and data types in basic. Write some basic statements. List the arithmetic operations and their uses. The basic expression for arithmetic operations also, and lastly, we should be able to write a basic statement. To start with basic programming language, the term basic is an acronym. It simply means beginners all-purpose symbolic instruction code. Beginners in this very acronym, it's speaking on what the language is intended to be used to teach people who have never learned any programming language. For this reason, it is made as simple as possible. So basic programming language is made for beginners. So you don't have to be scared of it. You don't have to think it's too difficult. The beginners there stands for people who are starting programming from afresh. Even if you had no knowledge of programming language, you would be able to go ahead, or you'll be able to learn with basic. The all-purpose here stands for the ability of the programming language to be used for different purposes. Mathematicians can use the basic programming language. Hospitals, doctors can use the basic programming language. The bankers can also use the basic programming language to enable them design softwares. Don't forget, the essence of every programming language is to design softwares. that would enable you to solve what? A specific task. The symbolic instruction is used to what? To simply show symbols which we are familiar with to write the instruction. Just like any other language, English language have their symbols, Hausa have their symbols, and so on and so forth, French, and you can go on and on. The same way, since this is a programming language, it's also a language, so it has its own what? Symbols that will be used. And also the code, that is those symbols, symbolic instructions, are used in writing what? The basic language, which we are going to be using. Those symbolic instructions will be used that are going to write what? A language. Some of our calculator, it will really amaze you that our calculators and some of our simple machines, basic was used to what? Design some of these what? Softwares and all of these hardwares that we are using for today. Basic character set. A character set is simply a list of letters, numbers, and symbols that provide one with the characters used in a particular language, and that can be printed and displayed. Basic as a language has its character sets. They include the following. Number one, we have the alphabet characters, that is A to Z. Then we have the numeric characters, 0, 1 to 9, including the hexadecimal characters. Then we also have special characters that will be seen as we go further that perform special function in basic. Okay, these special characters used in basic and their functions, data types, suffix, we would see. The number one here we have is the exclamation mark. In basic programming language, exclamation mark is used to identify numeric data with small numbers less than 8 decimal places. Example 21.2513 is an example of a number with less than 8 decimal places. We have the hash function. The hash function identifies numeric data with more than 7 decimal places. For example, 21 from 2.251334579 is an example of a number with more than 7 decimal places. We also have the dollar sign. The dollar sign is used in basic programming to identify data that are alphabetic. That is, we call them string or characters in nature. Example, Ahmed, Jane, Musa, and other things that you could actually write up. Then we have the percentage sign. The percentage sign identifies small integers, whole numbers within the range minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. Likewise, we have the ampersand. The ampersand is almost like the ant sign we use, but in a different format. The ampersand identifies data that are long integers within the range of minus 2,147 minus 2 billion, 147,483,064 to plus 2 billion 1,487,646. Then we have the arithmetic operations. The arithmetic operation, we have the asterisk sign. Asterisk sign, which looks like a star, is used for multiplication. So just like we know in our normal multiplication, we have two lines crossed with each other in opposite direction. We call it multiplication. But in basic doesn't know that as multiplication. Rather, it knows what? The asterisk signs for multiplication. Example, we have A asterisk B, or 3 asterisk 4. That is 3 times 4. Then we have the minus sign for subtraction. We also have the addition sign, that's the plus for addition. We have the forward slash is used for division. Example of A slash B, that's for numbers. And we also have the backward slash. The backward slash is also used for what? Division. And then we have what we call the caret. Some people call it the exponential. It's like an arrow upside. Is used to what? Also to represent brackets or to represent numbers. Rational comparison operations. We have rational comparison operations. Rational or comparison, that's showing comparison between two things. We have the equal to sign, which we are conversant with. We have the greater than sign. We have the less than sign. We have the greater than or equal to sign. We have the less than or equal to sign. Other special characters include, we have the simple quote, which is used to make comments about a statement. We have the semicolon, which includes single space in print list item. We have the column, which is used to write more than one instruction in a line. We have a comma. Comma in BASIC is used to separate the list of items in the input or output statement. We have the question mark. The question mark request for data in the input statement. Then we also have the double quotation. It's used for enclosing strings and constants. We also have the brackets, which can also be called parentheses. It's used to group expression or enclose related items. We call them parameters. Basic keywords. These are important for us to know so that when we start writing some of our codes, it's not going to be difficult for us to comprehend. Number one, we have the CLS. The CLS stands for clear screen. Every basic program must begin what? With the CLS. CLS is used to clear the screen for every program to start. Just to clear in case there was a program, when you're writing a program, there are other commands that were left and were not erased. The CLS enable you to what? Clear the screen, so that it's just like having a clear slate, a clean slate to start a new work. Then we have the rem, which is remark. Is used to make what? Comments. It's used to make comments. When they say comments, these comments, they don't really execute when it comes to programming. They are not executed. They are just used to tell what a specific line or what a specific program is doing. Then we have the input. This is used to what? To ask the user to input or to supply data to proceed. Then example, input, PRT, that is you input the value of P and that of R and that of T. We have read. Read is used by the programmer to tell the computer that the data to be processed within the program stated, that there's a data to be processed within the program statement. Then we have data. Data is used to show the computer the data it is asked to read in the read statement. Then we have basic keywords, also continuation. We have the print. Print, this is used to display the output of the computer on the screen or monitor. And we also have a special print, which is L-print. L-print is used to display the output of the computer on a paper using a printer. We have the let. Let is used to assign a value data or a variable. We have the return. Return is used to go back to the point in which a program, when there is a branch to the subprogram. Then we have the end, which is the final one, the final basic keyword. End, of course, is bringing every program to an end, to a stop. In basic programming, algebraic expressions are transformed into basic expressions. These are very important. I want your attention here because basically in your scheme, in your exam questions, you can be asked to convert a normal algebraic expression toward a basic expression. The way it's represented algebraically or in algebraic form, normal mathematical form, is different from how it is word written in basic. So we can see here that in an algebraic expression, we have A divided by B, e.g. 6 divided by 3. But in basic form, it's written A/B instead of the normal division sign we know. Normal division is referred to as what? Slash. Then we have p raised to the p to the power of b, and we use the caret sign to represent that. That is p caret b, or 3 raised to the power of 2, or 3 caret 2. Then we also have the normal addition. A plus b is the same thing in basic expression as a plus b. We have 2a squared plus 3b. That is an algebraic expression. In basic expression, you write 2 asterisk a caret 2 plus 3 asterisk b. That is how it's represented in basic form. Then we also have the square root of ab. That is an algebraic expression. In basic expression, it's written as sqr open bracket a asterisk b. Then we also have an expression here, open bracket x plus y close brackets all squared divided by open bracket x minus y close bracket 3. In basic expression, it is written as open bracket x plus y close bracket. Then we have the caret to represent the exponential, slash open bracket x minus y close bracket with the caret and a 3. That is raised to the power of 3. Evaluation of arithmetic expression. In algebraic expression evaluations are done using board mass. But in basic programming, it is called bed mass, where the B stands for bracket, the E stands for exponentiation, the D stands for division, the M for multiplication, the A for addition, and the S for subtraction. We have an example here. We're going to be solving it. It's a basic expression that is being written, and we are going to solve it step by step. It's written x is equals to a plus b asterisk open bracket c asterisk d close bracket. Given that a is equals to 10, b is equal to 3, c is equals to 6, and d is equals to 5. The step 1, the first thing we are going to check is our bed mass. We said b stands for what? Bracket. So we're going to solve what is inside the bracket first. So we're going to take c open bracket c asterisk d close bracket, which is the value of c and d is 6 asterisk 5, which is 6 times 5. I told you asterisk means what? Times. 6 times 5, which is will give us what? 30. The step 2, we're going to go further. After bracket, we have e, which is exponentiation. But we don't have an exponentiation. Then we go to d, which is what? Division. We don't have a division in the equation. What is next? We have what? The m, which is still multiplication. So we go to the next word, asterisk, which will be b asterisk open bracket c asterisk d close bracket. So it will be 3 asterisk 30, which is already in a bracket, will give us 90. Then the step 3 is after exhausting our m, that is all of the multiplication in the equation, we go to the next term, which is what? Addition. We have addition left, so this would sum up the entire equation to be a plus b asterisk open bracket c asterisk d close bracket equal to 10, which will be equal to 10 plus 90, which is what? 100. Then the final step is to sum the entirety. That's the expression x, which is equal to a plus b asterisk c open bracket c asterisk d close bracket is equal to 100. Then we are going to be writing a simple basic statement, which is bringing us to the end of this topic. It is very important for you to know that for basic statements, they are written in lines. Every statement, every line represents a statement, and there's what we call number line. These lines are numbered between the number of 1 to 9,999. So any programmer, you can pick any of these numbers to suit what you want to do. For instance, you have 10. You can take, some programmers will take 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, identifying every line in that respect. Another programmer might say to write 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Another would go 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on. So you can write it in the way you would understand. So, but for hours, we're going to be taking 10, 20, 30 program, and 30, 40. We're being told to write a program that would compute 20 asterisk 10, that is 20 times 30. So we write our word number line 10. Our first line is what? Rem. And you remember I told you rem stands for what? Remark. And remark is just what? A statement that doesn't really run, but it tells us what you are doing. It tells us, it gives us direction of what you are going to do. So our remark says, this program will compute 20 asterisk 10. That is 20 times 10. Then the next line is 20, which is CLS. Remember I said every program must start with what we call CLS. CLS means what? Clear screen. And the clear screen is to clear every other statement that has been run in peradventure, to make what? Your platform or your page cleared, and you have what? A fresh and a clear slate to start with. Then after clearing the screen, the next thing is to impute. And to impute, we use A. We said let A be 20 and let B be 10. Then on the fifth line, that's the 50th, we say let C be equal to A asterisk B, which because we are going to be computing or want to find multiplying 20 asterisk 10, that's 20 times 10. So we assume these very numbers to be what? Figures. So at the end of the day, we would say print C. C at the end of the day would print what? 20 times 10. Then our program would come to an end. Then we also are told to write a program that will print out the name and the address of a school. So 10, that's our rem. Our rem tells us a program that will print the name of a school. Then we can see that our rem is being taken to the next line. When you're writing a statement and one line is not enough, you can still go forward to the next line and continue, but make sure you have an open and a closed quotation. Then the third line, that's the 30. Line 30 would clear our screen. Line 40 would say let us. Remember I told you $ is used to represent what? Is used to represent strings or characters. So and that's why, because it's a name of a place or is a character, we are representing with a $, Rimi College, for example. Then let B $ be number 20 Tafa Balewa Road, Kaduna. Then our print out will say print out a $, which will print the name of the school, and line 70 will print out B $, the address. So you can see then we can end our program. At the end of the day, we're able to print out the name of a school and what? The address. Then I'm going to be giving you an assignment, but before that I would just summarize this or what I've said. Remember I told you that basic programming, it's a programming language that has been used a long time ago and it's meant for beginners. But I want to encourage you, my student, it's very, very expedient that you learn programming languages. All of the applications you're using on your phone, we can see that technology or the world is actually a global village. So therefore, ICT is gaining ground in all of the sectors. Everything that was used, that was written with the hand now is almost converted to what is automated. Our ATMs, our banks are automated, and so many things are becoming computerized. So it's important when you pick this challenge, I encourage you and I challenge you to pick recent programming languages, likes of C#. We have also likes of Java programming language. We have Python, which is very flexible. We have current programming language. And I bet you would not regret learning any of these programming language. It's going to keep you equipped and make you relevant in this very jet age. It's important that you learn this programming language before you know you become a software developer. You'd write a program, and by so doing, you solve a lot of programs, a lot of problems, and you become very relevant to the society. And of course, you can earn more if you're a programmer. Sit down at the comfort of your home, write programs, and you're able to bring what? Money to your pocket. Very, very important. I challenge you to do that. But I have an assignment for you. for as a beginner. You're going to write the full meaning of basic for me. What's the full meaning of basic? That's number 1. Number 2, mention 5 characters said in basic. Number 3, list 4 basic arithmetic operations. Number 4, rewrite the following algebraic expression as basic arithmetic expression. A, area of a rectangle, which is L times B. Write it what in basic arithmetic expression. We have y, which is equal to A open bracket, B minus C close bracket square divided by D plus 2. I want you to convert it again. Number 1, what is the full meaning of basic? Number 2, mention 5 characters said in basic. Number 3, list 4 basic arithmetic operations. Number 4, rewrite the following algebraic expression as basic arithmetic expression. 1, area of a rectangle, length times breadth. B, y, which is equal to A open bracket, B minus C close bracket square divided by D plus 2. And you can also contact me. If you want to be a programmer, you can get to me and I'll make all possible links to make sure you become a better programmer, more relevant to the society. On this number 080-364-20271. Again, 080-364-20271. Stay at home, stay safe, and keep learning. God bless you. Thank you.